like, first of all, I think that like having the objectively best top ranked thing, which we're gonna do later, which is gonna be funny.
Yeah,
But like,
yeah. Stoked. Yeah.
I think it's like it's if it's for any other reason than for fun, it's just useless. And so many people
Yeah.
use it as like, I'm gonna figure this out, the truth. It's like, you can't, dude. You're
Yeah.
just telling us what you like. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the thing is, like, there's a little bit of truth to that figuring it out thing because a lot of times I don't know really what I even think. Like,
Yeah.
I kind of know, but when I really start to work, it's like, can I really, honest to God, put Mario Sunshine in anything lower than A tier? I can't. It's too good. Like stuff
Yeah,
like
dude.
that. Like, it's just like that game's so good and I love it. And like, but like when things start coming up in head to heads, that's the tough part because it's just like my experience is going to be different with both of these games, even if they're from the same franchise. And it's easier to do an aesthetics one because it's just like I like this more, therefore it goes higher. Like,
And I think honestly that's kind of where I've come from. I don't know. Are you familiar with Susan Sontag? She was this like art critic in the like 70s and 80s, I think. She passed away like a decade ago.
okay, if she wrote a very famous book, I may have heard it referenced before.
She wrote a really famous essay called Against Analysis or Interpretation.
Okay.
And her whole thing was like interpreting a work, at least in like the modern era, is kind of useless because it like diminishes the immediate, like, she kept using the word like sensual, but like she meant like, like sense reaction to a thing. And she was a little bit more like harsh, like, we don't need to be doing this. A lot of people who've come after her have been like, analysis is still worthwhile. It's just not the only ways of like appraising and critiquing art. And
Right.
so I've been coming at things and realizing like the things I like and the way that I think about stuff is a more aesthetics driven thing. And like how it makes me feel this way. And like, I don't need to think anything deeper other than like, yeah, dude, like Morrowind's cool because I like being there. Like, that's
really
it.
cool. Yeah, yeah.
And so,
or Gothic. You've been playing through Gothic.
yeah, that game fucking rules, man.
It looks awesome.
It's so weird. Like the game, it's compared to like modern standards, it's not very good. But there are some things that this game does that I've never seen other games do. Like just in the way that it handles like progression through the world and stuff.
What modern standards are you referring to? Just wondering.
So like the combat, dude, is, I liked it because I like weird, janky. It's kind of bad. It's kind of simple. Like the way it works is, so I played the Switch version. The keyboard controls are even weirder, but the Switch version is you hold one trigger to get your weapon, and then you hold down a button. So like you get your weapon out, you hold down a button, and then you use either the thumbstick or the D-pad to swing your sword in a direction.
Oh, that's awesome.
Or if you press back, you like back up. And so the way that combat plays out is really, it's kind of like Kingsfield almost, where it's like it's really messy and you're not really fully in control. And like you contrast that to something like Elden Ring even, or like Dark Souls or Devil May Cry. Like there are these really precise.
What about Obi-Wan?
Obi-Wan
Is a game where you use the camera like joystick to move your lightsaber around, kind of like that. Is it
Okay,
like Skyward Sword-esque?
So it's actually kind of Skyward Sword-esque. And the reason I thought of Kingsfield is because that's what you do in Kingsfield, is like you press the direction to like decide what attack you do. You do that in Shadow Tower as well. And it feels weird. It's kind of messy, but like the way that the AI of the enemies and like how stats work in that game, it makes sense once you're comfortable with that. Like it feels fine, and then it's just a matter of like getting through the combat like you would anything else. But like you're not you're not gonna feel like a badass like pulling off these sick combos. You're just like going side to
Dude,
side.
I don't need to feel like a badass. Well,
Yeah.
I feel like a child when a game tries too hard to make me feel badass. Like, dude, you're such a badass. Press the X button. And it's like, okay. Then you activate some animation and I'm just kind of sitting there watching it play out. It's
Yeah.
just yeah. I'd
I
rather
mean,
kind of like be doing that manual thing because then it actually feels cool when you beat something difficult.
and that's what this feels like, man. It's
Yeah.
and the thing that's really cool about it too is none of the enemies in the world respawn. And the way that they are laid out, it's like it's not a very big world, but it is completely open. So like you
Mhm.
might be walking along and then like there's this like a giant lizard, you know, like I haven't seen that before, and then like you take a couple swings at it and it takes you out in one hit and you're like, fuck, this guy's hard. And then you go back to another area, you do a couple side quests, you unlock a new sword, you level up a couple times, and then you know you organically are like just exploring the world, and you come up to maybe in a different area that same lizard creature, and you take it out, and you're like, oh, I can go back to this way now, and I can fight this thing, and I can unlock a whole other area of the map. It
Mm.
just feels really cool, and it it's closer to like a Zelda in
Yeah.
those, like how every piece of gear feels impactful. It's not just like, all right, two more attack, three more fire damage, cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so yeah, I mean, and
Not
then
enough
and
games do that.
not enough do, and I think like Gothic also, the way that the quest design works is so like the whole idea of the game in the first like third or so of the game is like you have to make you have to deliver a letter to these mages at this
Okay.
settlement, and they will only meet with people who are allowed into the settlement, and you have to like you walk up to the guards and the guards are like, I don't know, who the fuck are you? I don't care if you have a letter, I don't know who you are, just go away. And then you go talk to this other guy, he's like, I mean, I can help you get in there, but like we're gonna need to like you're gonna have to have a name for yourself, so go out and like help people.
Mm.
And so like every quest is like they're fetch quests, and they're like you're doing favors for people, but you're not like it's not like in Skyrim where you're like, oh, you said you were like the Dovahkiin Dragonborn, dude, come on in, we're gonna give you a horse and all this armor and like go for it. They're like, dude, I don't even know who you are. You could be
Yeah.
I don't know, like, and so it's like you don't feel like you're
Mm.
like it doesn't feel like the game is like, oh yes, the player is here, roll out the red carpet,
Yeah.
let him
Yeah.
in.
You feel like just a participant in the world and not necessarily the hero, the chosen hero.
Yeah, and like
So are you
and
playing through Gothic 1 or did you start with 3?
I played through Gothic 1. I finished it up. It's like a 20-hour game if you don't
Mm.
do too much of the side stuff. I did, so it was like 25 hours, I think.
Yeah.
I beat it in like 2.5 weeks or so. And then
So did you just get 1 or do you have like all 3?
I'm gonna get 2.
Okay.
I'm waiting. I'm gonna talk about this later. I think it's gonna be one of my first Switch 2 games because I'm gonna
Okay.
get the Switch version. I'm holding off on a lot of stuff until the Switch 2 drops because I played
Gotcha.
the first one on Switch. I heard that like there's some changes that people don't like, but also I was like, I don't want to play sitting at my keyboard. So
Yeah.
the Switch version it plays well, and yeah, I thought it was good. So
Yeah. Well, yeah, Gothic.
Gothic, man.
I think that's a segment. There we go. Brendan
You
talking
know what
about Gothic. So you've been playing Gothic.
You know what Gothic isn't?
What?
Gothic is not shallow and it's not pedantic.
Oh.
It is deep and enriching.
All right.